with exoplanets and solar winds, it's electric. Triceratops trio found in Wyoming. Hate those CAPTCHA codes? You're not the only one, and the good and bad of virtual reality on the Daily Orbit. Hello and welcome to the Daily Orbit. I'm Emerald Robinson. You gotta feel it, it's electric. Stellar winds have exoplanets electrified. When scientists started to study planetary systems outside of our solar system, they assumed they looked a lot like ours, with small rocky planets closer to their host star and gas giants farther out. But what they found was many systems where hot gas giants larger than Jupiter are orbiting very close to their star. These hot gas giants are larger than expected based on their mass, basically puffed out from being extra hot, even hotter than what would be expected from solar radiation. Scientists believe this extra heat is generated from the interaction of stellar magnetic fields with planetary magnetospheres. But such powerful stellar winds should have caused these planets to become unbound. So, scientists think possibly these planets formed farther away from their star and somehow drifted in. They're not clear on that mechanism. They were like, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. Looks like this one ran into an unlucky encounter with the wrong predator. Bag him. A Wyoming rancher has led scientists to the remains of 3 Triceratops, 2 adults and probably 1 child, with one who probably met its maker at the hands of a gruesome predator, the T-Rex. This is one of the most complete skeletal finds of the species. Scientists are also excited at finding the juvenile and adult dinos together because until now, there's been no indication they moved in groups. And the one that probably got eaten by a T-Rex indicates this site could have been a Tyrannosaurus Rex feeding ground. All these clues. It's like Law and Order DU, Dino Unit. This sounds like a classic case of the blind leading the blind. So it turns out blind web users are having trouble signing an online We the People White House petition seeking support for an international treaty to help the blind due to the CAPTCHA security code. I hate those things. The National Federation for the Blind had asked people to sign the treaty but got a lot of emails saying that people can't because the audio code option to help the blind is incomprehensible.
Please type every digit you hear. Spaces are not required. 1, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 0.
The White House claims they are in compliance with the federal standard for web accessibility, but the NFB says, in short, technical compliance doesn't ensure usability. The petition has only 8,200 of the needed 100,000 signatures. I mean, I'm not even completely blind, and I personally still have trouble getting the CAPTCHA right. And this next one might have made you go blind. How long did you really think it would take for someone to develop a porn app for Google Glass? But Google was quick to nix it, saying they don't allow glassware content that contains nudity, graphic sex acts, or sexually explicit material. Okay, people. The action came promptly after adult app store creator MyCandy released a porn app with, I have to say, a pretty catchy name, though I'm not going to say it. But the porn creator will probably find another avenue around the Google Play Android App Store, and they say they're working to comply with Google terms. They're naughty. And here's a little more G-rated virtual reality experience for the masses, a virtual reality treadmill. The company called Virtuix posted a Kickstarter project this week to seek funding to develop a virtual reality treadmill called Omni that puts your footsteps in the game. They say this ability to move naturally will provide unprecedented immersion into video games. Omni has already surpassed their target, having raised over $500,000 of their $150,000 goal. Virtuix is offering a reasonable price point to pleasures, starting at $249 for a basic unit up to $349 for a full Omni. And that's it for the Daily Orbit. Can you imagine running on a virtual treadmill?